So I'm Michael Kind. I'm a Senior Campaigns Manager at the Responsible Investment Charity. So a lot of where we focus our work at ShareAction on investor stewardship sort of centres around the AGM, the annual general meetings of kind of investee companies. And there's been huge changes in tech post-COVID. In the UK, before COVID, like no AGMs were held virtually, and now the vast majority of AGMs have a virtual component. They're either virtual or hybrid. Which makes it really easy for people to attend, which is really exciting and quite transformational. And there's some really interesting developments in the kind of technological space around how you kind of file shareholder resolutions that go to AGMs. The move to online is brilliant in that it enables access, but there's still the kind of mechanics of shareholding is still quite tricky and requires quite a lot of proof. So for example, if you're a retail investor who owns your shares through a nominee, you need to get a letter of representation from your nominee to tell you that you actually own those shares. And that's quite a manual process. You have to like send an email, you have to wait for a response, you have to like hope that they send it to you in time. That needs smoothing out to make it much easier for retail investors to actually attend AGMs, because while access is possible, it's not. I'm very hopeful that I don't think there's been a massive increase in the amount of participation at shareholder meetings yet. But the brilliant thing about online and virtual AGMs is that it gives everyone the opportunity to attend. You no longer need to have 2 hours free on a Tuesday morning and be in London. You can like attend from anywhere in the world, and that's brilliant, especially for shareholders who are based elsewhere in the world, sort of stakeholders who want to attend AGMs who are maybe based in countries where companies operate. So that's a really exciting. I think institutional investors still need to be convinced that the AGM is like a great place to go and do your stewardship. We at ShareAction have years of experience of working with institutional investors to achieve change and successes through the AGM. So I think we can evidence that, but I think that battle needs to be won in the hearts of many institutional investors. And I think a lot of retail investors really do see the power of AGMs. Like it's like for retail investors who own less shares, can't say just like email the company and ask for a meeting. It's the space that they have to kind of be face to face with the board and interact with them and kind of probe them, understand what they need to understand about the company, and also present their kind of views on ESG matters. ShareAction ultimately is trying to sort of raise the standards of investors and harnesses the power of investors to affect change on ESG issues. And the way that we do that is through AGMs. Like we see AGMs as the kind of stage on which stewardship happens. So we mobilise investors to file resolutions, to vote on resolutions, and to go to AGMs and ask questions that really challenge boards on ESG issues.